I'm making this video. I'm making this video right now because this my show this week. It's called "Democrats Will Never Be Happy," because they won't. There's a reason why conservatives have overall better mental health, and it's because the fact that conservatives like to focus on what's good and kind of focus on the bad and criticize the bad without constantly criticizing everything. Democrats oppose everything, and hate every single one, and then they wonder why. Well, they wonder why people are leaving their party in droves. Well, the reason why that is because the Democrat Party has changed. The past 10 years, the Democrats have ran on hating Trump. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a quick example right now. An example that I can think of right now is when in the 2016 election, in the 2016 presidential election, and not Kamala, but I meant Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were debating, right? Hillary Clinton was saying everything that Trump was doing, it's wrong, it only benefits billionaires, blah, 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 blah. So, just because Hillary Clinton said that his policies are only going to benefit the billionaires, just because she said that, now it led everyone to think that it's true. Now, I've talked to many people, okay? I've debated many Democrats online. And every single last one of them, nobody could tell me why Donald Trump's policies only benefit the rich. Nobody can tell me that. So, you know what that tells me? That tells me that Donald Trump's policies don't benefit the rich, because if they did, why can't you tell me that why? It's really the fact that when people ask questions, they call it fascism when people ask the questions. See, Democrats' version of free speech is anything that I like, it's free speech. But if I don't like something, I have the right to silence them, kick them off of the internet, and ban their social media accounts when they say things that I disagree with. To me, that's fascism, and that's what the left is doing. Joe Biden literally was banning people in droves for preaching conservative views. Google came out and admitted the other day that they were being silenced. Google literally came out and admitted that they were forced to silence people under the Biden administration. When we have Google coming out and admitting that is something that you should keep an eye out for. Okay? And let's be honest here. Why would Google lie about that? What would they have to gain? Public hate? Democrats are already upset with the fact that Donald Trump started building his ballroom yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And yeah, guys, I did cancel my show last week. The reason why was because I just got my PS5 last weekend, and it was 5 or 6 o'clock? It was like 6 o'clock. And I'm like, nah, man, I go to bed at 3 hours. I don't know how the fuck doing it. So I just canceled it last week. Sometimes I can't. I recorded it on Wednesday, and I got it out Thursday. My show's supposed to be Wednesday. If it doesn't come out Wednesday, I've recorded it and it's coming out probably Thursday, but I will try to get my shows out every Wednesday. So, what I should say is the fact that Democrats are getting mad that Donald Trump started building his ballroom yesterday, and I heard both sides. Oh, it's tearing down history. It's tearing down history. And then the other side is, well, we need to have a place where world leaders can come and visit. And I have to believe that we need a place for world leaders to come and visit. Why? Why would we put a tent outside? We should have an air-conditioned ballroom. That's what we need. The ballroom is to help us get better deals. Do you really believe that we're supposed to be a developed country and we're supposed to be a good country? We're not a third world country. Why should we have to set out tents in the front of the White House to negotiate with other countries? It's kind of common sense to know that we need some type of building. And I tell you right now, if Biden would have proposed this ballroom first, there would be no whining about it. There would be no whining about it. It's crazy. People are whining about it only because Trump's doing it. If Kamala Harris would have proposed the ballroom, no one would be complaining about the ballroom. It's only the fact that Trump is doing it and not anyone else. So it leads me to think that maybe, just maybe, that they're jealous that they're jealous of Trump. I genuinely think that Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, and Hillary Clinton, I think these three people are jealous of Trump because Trump has strong leadership skills, strong negotiation skills, and Kamala Harris can't even negotiate to save her stinking life. Not to mention, Biden left stinking astronauts in space for 6 months. 6 or 7 months. Maybe even not longer. And honestly, I think Democrats should sit this one out. And Hillary Clinton's tweet saying that, oh, Trump is tearing down everything. He's taking history. He's doing all this. I don't think that Hillary Clinton should be talking because her husband had sex in the Oval Office. Not only that, Hillary Clinton stole stuff from the White House, and the White House had to stinking get a hold of her and tell her to bring the furniture back that she stole. I don't think Hillary Clinton is even close to being the moral compass in this situation because she can't even get things right herself. Not only that, Hillary Clinton's husband, Bill Clinton, was a pervert, and he was a pervert. Not only that, he was caught doing some very bad things to minors and underage girls. I'm not going to go into that because you guys can do your own research on that, because the point of this video is Democrats will never be happy. I don't think Democrats will ever be happy. No, I genuinely think that Democrats will never be happy because they always have stuff to complain about. Honestly, if you are going to complain about the fact that Trump decides to build a ballroom, then it tells me how uneducated you actually are, because there have been literally other presidents that done stuff at the White House. Obama put in a basketball court. Obama put a basketball court in the White House. No one got mad at him. No one got mad at Roosevelt when he redid an entire balcony. Roosevelt literally put in the East Wing. And then there was another president that I forget which president did it, but there was a president that tore down the entire East Wing. The double standard is crazy. Every single president has done some renovation to the White House, and it's crazy how it's crazy how the left is still trying to find ways to criticize Trump in some way possible. The left has done that for the past 7 years. It's criticize Trump, criticize Trump, criticize Trump. Y'all are criticizing anything and everything Trump does, even though it actually benefits you. But we have journalists that spew lies on TV. We have Jimmy Kimmel, who was not fired because he was being denied free speech. He was fired because he spreaded lies and he was spreading hate on live TV, which would 100% be fired. And if you are saying no, he can't. If you are supporting saying free Jimmy Kimmel, then maybe you are unaware of the same cancel culture that you guys were spouting online just 4 years ago under Biden. You guys were fire all the conservatives, silence everyone. What happened to that? Oh right. You don't like when the same exact spoon comes back around and it's ready to taste your own food. It's only when you taste your own recipe that's when you get mad. No, but never when someone else has to eat your bitter recipe. If you can't handle bitterness, then don't dish it out. Don't dish out what you can't handle. Now, that's what I always used to say. Don't dish out what you can't handle. If you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. Because honestly, this is not for fragile people. And this is about the simple concept of the fact that you cannot say one thing under one president and a whole other thing under another president. Yeah, Trump is not for women's rights. Yeah, except that's not true. See, Donald Trump gave women a voice. In fact, he has hired women to the Supreme Court. He has hired women to literally to the stinking... What's Caroline Levitt's job again? Caroline Levitt? Yeah, he hired Caroline Levitt in his previous administration and this administration. And in Trump's first term, he hired her, and then now he hired her again. If Trump hates women, why would he hire one? Why would he marry one? If Donald Trump hates immigrants, why would he marry an immigrant? Oh, wait. It's almost like he don't actually care, but you guys are trying to find ways to criticize him. I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. I see right through this bullcrap. I see right through the hatred, and I see right through the lies. We all see right through it. We all see right through it. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. Democrats will never be happy. They'll find always something to complain about. They will find always something to complain about. Democrats will always find something to complain about. They will. Just like what we saw recently, the ballroom, he ended 7 wars. The left is complaining about wars being ended. And I'm going to go take a short break. I'll be back. I don't know why I said break, but it was just short break. It was maybe 10 seconds-ish, 10, 20 seconds. I was just getting a pop from my mini fridge. My, it's honestly crazy. Like, it's honestly crazy that we have people who are defending abortion, also claiming to deny murder. Double standard. And then there's the argument where, oh, if you get raped, what happened? Yeah, if you get raped. What about the 99% of other abortions that aren't because of rape? Someone's like, you don't care. Because honestly, even if you are being raped, it doesn't have any moral worth at all. There's no moral difference. There is no moral difference in a baby inside the womb than a baby standing right in front of you. The Bible says God knew you even before you were in the womb. Very clearly, the Bible says that fetuses in the womb are very, very valuable. And if you defend abortion, you're not Christian. Because the Bible says you shall not kill. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it's interpreted. The Bible says you shall not kill. It doesn't justify anymore. It doesn't say anymore. Why? Because it's talking about killing. So we're killing all. And killing animals is not killing a human, and it's not identical, and that's just a false equivalence. See, there's a difference in shooting a bear for bear meat, shooting a pig for pig meat, and killing willy-nilly. I think killing animals willy-nilly is wrong. But if you're killing an animal to... And I'm not saying that you can't kill bugs in your house. That's not what it's referring to. It's saying you shall not kill, meaning you shall not kill another human because the soul matters. Life isn't fair, because if it was, you'd be on the cross. Life isn't fair, because if it was, you'd be on the cross. Fair means you would be where Jesus was. Hear this scratching? Is that a noise? Or is that my truth versus your truth? I'm doing this to prove a point, by the way. And you'll see the point that I'm making. Is it subjective or an objective that this is annoying? Some people will probably get annoyed by it. Some people won't. But is it subjective or an objective that this is making a sound? It's objective. And is it subjective that a stove gets hot? Is it subjective a stove gets hot? Yeah, it's objective. It's objective that a stove gets hot. If you don't believe me, go touch a stove right now while it's burning hot and burn your hand off. Dude, people act like solid truths don't exist when there are. There are absolute truths. You cannot sit here and deny something just because you don't like what it says. You can't call everything subjective just because you are so fragile. If you are that fragile where you call everything subjective, then maybe you are the problem. Maybe you are the problem. If you think everything is subjective, then maybe you are the problem. Another argument I hear from liberals. LGBTQ people are being themselves. Let them be. First of all, it is not yourself to change your gender. Honestly, it's dumb. Telling 7-year-olds that they can change their gender. That's sick. That's sick. I'm glad I grew up in the 2015s. I'm glad I grew up when I did, because I wouldn't want this garbage being stuffed in front of me. I wouldn't want my children being stuffed this gender garbage in their head. I'd much rather them be schooled privately, homeschooled, or in a Christian school, because I do not want my children having to deal with, oh, you can change your gender. No, you cannot. The Bible says homosexuality is a sin. Doesn't matter. If the Bible says it's sin, why are you defending it? That's all that matters. Then that's all I have to say. Really, honestly, should. Democrats don't like the Bible. Democrats are atheists, pretty much. And being Christian does not mean you go into church. You have to follow Jesus and believe the way Jesus did. If you don't, guess what? You aren't Christian, because you have to do things the Jesus way, not our way. My way does not equal his ways. My opinions are less than his. My opinions do not matter when I'm standing for Christ. My opinions do not matter if there is truth right in front of me. Like, this is a fan. This is a fan, right? I can't just say, oh no, I disagree. This is a Pepsi. Does this look like a Pepsi bottle to you? No, it's a stinking fan. How ignorant and how stupid people can be by making an opinion of everything. Not everything is subjective. Majority of everything is objective. Some things are subjective, like your favorite food, favorite movie, blah, 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 whatever. There are certain things that are subjective, but the majority of everything is objective. Like, your gender is objective. I'm objectively a male. No matter if gender-affirming surgery is going to change that. It's crazy how Democrats say that I can't have an abortion. I can have an opinion about abortion without a uterus, but you can still be a female without one. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Again, it's one of the flaws in their logic they can't even defend. It's kind of common sense to know that you cannot be a female without a uterus. But hey, it's liberal logic for you. Liberal logic does not equal real logic. Liberal logic. You're a fascist when you do what Trump did. But guess what? Trump has not silenced one person. Trump has not silenced one person. And in fact, the party that's calling us the fascists literally took out the one person that wanted debates, that wanted open dialogue. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. I got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna find something else that the Democrats. I'm gonna find something else that the Democrats wanted to spread hate. Democrats want to spread hate. Democrats always complain, Dan. When Donald Trump is announced that he should win the Nobel Peace Prize, it's, oh no, he shouldn't win it, but give it to Obama, and Obama has done nothing. The Nobel Prize Committee even said that themselves that Obama got it because he was black. But we're the racist ones for stating the facts. We're the racist one. We're not always the one looking at race. That's why there's black, white, mixed on the Democrats. And when a Democrat sees a black person, they automatically assume they're a liberal. Huh? Like, what do you mean? I personally have a friend. that supports Trump, and he's black. I don't look at race. His character's good. That's all that matters. And I personally have a friend. He was a friend, and he's become my friend now. He personally voted for Trump because he was 18. He was 18 in November. And he personally voted. He went out and voted for Trump. Because people genuinely want to see this country get better. People have voted blue for decades. What has it done? Nothing. Besides, it gives up more of your hard-earned money. What conservatives believe. What us conservatives believe. We believe in hard work. We believe in working for everything you have. Hence the why we have billionaires. Because they work for what they have. Now, should they have to hand 90% of all their hard-earned money over to a government that wants to send it overseas? No. It's not tax evasion. What it is stating the fact that we should not give your hard-earned money to a drugged up idiot sitting on the couch who chooses not to work. Personally, I agree with what Trump is doing with the work requirements. But honestly, I'd go a step further and say anyone who doesn't want to work shouldn't get any tax dollars. And if they want to sit there on their couch and starve, let them do it. Because I'm tired of catering to people who don't want to do crap. If people want to sit on their couches all day, then go right ahead, do it. I don't care if I sound heartless, if I sound rude, if I sound mean, if I sound inconsiderate. I do not care. But it is so unconsiderate to hand a middle-class worker make them hand over their money, hard-earned money, when that middle class is already struggling as it is because of Joe Biden's inflation. I'm getting tired of it. We should not coddle anybody. People's parents should be 100% responsible for their child. That's it. The only disagreement I had with Charlie Kirk was where he mentioned that school lunches should be paid for by the parents. And the only reason why I disagree with that is because in some situations like mine, my grandparents, I was with my grandparents. I was raised by my grandparents, not my parents. And in that specific situation, it was a unique situation that doesn't happen very often. And my grandparents were retired, and yeah, that's why I got free lunch. And it's the only disagreement I had. I agree with everything Charlie said because it was so logical. I mean, a lot of it was so true and backed up by real statements. Unlike Dean Withers, the guy lies through his teeth every video. Every single debate he's in, he lies through his teeth. I mean, I don't even know if his beliefs are even stable. They constantly change because he lies so much. He's a dishonest man on the internet. He was scared to debate me. Man, I created a whole video on Instagram. I said, Dean Withers, debate me. I put every single hashtag on that video. I said, Dean Withers, debate me. Dean Withers did not want to debate someone with actual facts and logic. Because he got his butt whooped by Charlie Kirk, and he learned that. He learned that you need more than just lies in a debate. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this episode is called Democrats Will Never Be Happy. We'll always have something to complain about. But if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, guys. Turn on post notifications. Peace.